student, welcome to the class. I am teaching you chapter 6, solid, liquid and gases. In the previous class, I have explained you about separation of insoluble substance. What are insoluble substance? Substance which do not mix with the liquid or a water is known as insoluble substance, such as chalk, soil, sand. So there are three methods of separation. Separation means to separate them from the liquid. Sedimentation, decantation and filtration. What is sedimentation? Sedimentation means to settle down the impurities. So you have to take a glass, mix some impurities in it, and or take an impure water or an impure liquid and kept it for without untouched for an hour. Then all the impurities will settle down. The impurities which is settled down is known as sediment, and that is why the process is known as sedimentation. Then decantation. Whatever the impurities is settled down without untouched that impurities, take that liquid or water into another beaker or glass. The pouring of water or a liquid in another glass or a beaker is known as decantation. Then filtration. Whatever the water is collected after decantation is still not pure. It is having some impurities remain in that. Some fine dust particles are present over there, which is not removed by the sediment because they are floating on the water. They are not settled down because they are having lesser density from water. That is why they float on water. So in filtration, we have to take muslin cloth or a filter paper and place it on a bottle or a beaker or a glass, and afterwards then we have to again pour this decant water into a nice clean glass with a filter paper or a muslin cloth, that all the impurities will come on the filter paper or a muslin cloth, and a neat, nice and clean water is come in a glass. Today I am going to explain you about separation of soluble substance. Separation of soluble substance. What do you mean by soluble substance? Like sugar and salt, which when we mix with liquid or water, these substances dissolve in it and we cannot see a single particles with our naked eye because it is mixed with the water. So there are two methods to separate the soluble substance like sugar and salt. These two methods are, first one is boiling. Or evaporation. Evaporation is a slow process and boiling is fast process. Then second one is distillation. Now, boiling. First you take one beaker or a container, put some water, add sugar in it or add salt solution or a sugar solution in that beaker and kept it on a gas stove. Then burn the gas stove, start open it, the water start boiling. Boil the water till all the water is evaporated. जब तक कि सारा पानी इवेपोरेट नहीं हो जा रहा है, हम वाटर को बॉयल करते जाएंगे एंड वी गेट द soluble substance left behind as a residue. The second process is distillation. Distillation is a process or a method used to separate the soluble substance in the laboratory. It is used in the laboratory. In this, impure water or a liquid is taken in a round bottom flask. In a stand, one round bottom flask is attached, which is filled with an impure liquid or a water. Now, a Bunsen burner or a lamp, split lamp is attached to it to give the heat. Flame is coming out. Heat is there. One condenser is attached with this round bottom flask. Condenser cools the water or a liquid when it's come down. One condenser is attached over here. Okay, as the Bunsen burner is to give the flame to this water or a liquid, this water or a liquid start evaporating as we heat the bottom of the flask. On heating, water evaporates and water vapors and impurities, water vapors goes to the condenser and impurities is left behind. Water vapors, because water start evaporate now, water vapors are there, water vapors goes to the condenser and condenser, this is condenser, cools these water vapors. As it is cooled down, one more flask is attached over here. This flask, when water vapors cools from the condenser, comes over here drop by drop. This flask start or this flask is start filling up with a pure water or a distilled water or distilled water. Distilled water means water without any impurities, or you can say pure water is present over there. Now dear children, your next point or next topic is air. As you all know, air is a mixture of gases. Nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, helium, argon, these all gases are present in air and they all are having percentage. Nitrogen gas N2 gives you 78% present in air. Then oxygen O2 21% present. Other gases like carbon dioxide, hydrogen, helium, these all together mix together and composed air 1% only. Air also contains dust particles, microorganisms, smoke and water vapor. Children, water vapor is present in air, which is also known as humidity. When we can say the air containing amount of water vapor, you can say as humidity. Definition is like that: the amount of water vapor present in air is called humidity. Humidity occurs mostly in the rainy season when water droplets are more in air and we are feeling difficult when we breathe. When we breathe, oxygen comes with water vapor and it's very we feel difficult to breathe properly and our sweat could not be dry. जब हमारा पसीना बहुत देर में सूखता है, हम पंखे के नीचे बैठते हैं तो भी नहीं सूखता है। एंड व्हेन वी ब्रीथ, जब हम सांस लेते हैं तो हमें सांस लेने में बहुत प्रॉब्लम होती है। दैट टाइम ह्यूमिडिटी इज मच मोर, बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ी हुई होती है। So what is humidity? Humidity means water vapor is present in air is more. Which gases is important for life? Very important for life. It is essential for us. Like nitrogen gas, which is abundant in air, 78% present in air. It is tasteless, odorless. Tasteless means it don't have any taste. Odorless means don't have any smell. It is colorless. Colorless means don't have any color. It is abundant present in air. And what is its quality? Its quality is it is unreactive gas. Unreactive gas means it's not react with any other thing. That is why it is filled in the packets of chips, biscuits and namkeens. So the crispiness of the chips, biscuit and namkeen should be available until you not open the packet. Nitrogen also helps in growth of living being in the form of protein. Nitrogen change into protein and it gives help us to grow. Then other gas is oxygen. Oxygen is important for breathing. We breathe oxygen and for burning also. If oxygen is not available, we cannot breathe and we cannot burn also. Anything we cannot cook it also. So oxygen is necessary for these two things. Then carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is very important for plants because plants do photosynthesis by carbon dioxide. If carbon dioxide is not there, plant cannot do photosynthesis, and if they not do photosynthesis, they do not release oxygen. If they do not release oxygen, we cannot breathe oxygen. So all the gases are important for the air atmosphere. For us, all the gases are important. Thank you, students.